I want to welcome everybody back. And as you know, a few weeks ago, I talked about getting out of the office. And so that's what I've done. I'm now out of the office. I'm at a location called Spice Safar Cafe on King Street West in Toronto. And it's nice to be out here. It's a great location and met some nice people here. And what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is invite people to come and sit down with me and talk about business, the service industry. And I am so proud and so happy to invite the first person that's going to talk with me today and do a little Q&A is Jon Prinsell, the former CEO of Yum Brands Canada. And John and I had the same kind of background, and we're going to talk about that over the next few minutes, about John's career and the things that he did over the same period of time I did, starting in 1970. Think about this. Starting in 1970 as a dishwasher, and he became president, which I think is outstanding. And John, thank you for being here today. And John and I were competitors over a number of years, but we're always friendly with each other.
Yes.
And since John retired, we are now competitors again, but on the golf course in a different place. And he is good at beating me, and the odd time I might beat him on the odd golf hole. So thank you for being here today. Really
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
And John, maybe you could start off by telling us, how you started your career and how you moved your way up the ladder.
Well, as you said, in 1970, I started out part-time with Pizza Hut. But it goes back before that. As with many young folks, I started out washing dishes at a diner when I was 16 years old, bussing tables. And then I worked in a little sub shop, making subs when I was about 17. And then I went to work in university, my early university days, for a little chain called Carroll's in upstate New York, which ultimately was bought out by Burger King.
Okay.
So, it's the kind of job when you're young, you're happy to have. So anyway, in 1970, I started with Pizza Hut part-time, dishwasher, making salads in the back, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the camaraderie of working on a team, enjoyed the hard work, and found it was just a ball, and one thing led to another, but that's how I began.
You just said something very important, and I try to say it as much as I can. You mentioned two words, hard work. There's no magic formula, right?
No magic formula.
You gotta
clean the restrooms.
Yep.
You gotta wash the dishes,
Yep.
and that's where you start. But all work is good work, and I never, even when I became president of Canada, if there was a spill on the floor, I'd grab a mop, get over there, and people, oh no, I said no, it's okay.
That's right. It's okay.
Don't mind.
And they loved it.
They loved it, but the whole point is, and I didn't mind doing it because it is hard work, but it's also fun work because you're part of a team.
And you worked around the world. You worked in a lot of different areas. Maybe just share a couple of your experiences.
Well, I started out as a dishwasher, and then one thing led to another. I moved up the ladder. And in 1987, I moved to Australia to take over the Pizza Hut business there.
Right.
Was there for 3 years. Then went to Asia, moved to Hong Kong, and really kind of helped get Pizza Hut on the map in Asia. We went from about 60 to 600 stores in a period of about 6 years, including opening the first one in China. And following that, moved to Europe for a couple of years, followed by the UK for 5 years, and then came here in 2000 and ended up as my final step on my journey, my career journey, was to be president of KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell here in Canada under the Yum Brands banner. And that was a lot of fun. Retired in 2009. So
good for you. Enjoying retirement?
Very much so.
A lot of fun.
Our little golf matches.
Little golf matches. That's important. Like you said, you've had lots of experience international, and I share with people that don't be shy to leave Canada. Go try some other things. You'll always come home. Mm-hmm. This is the place we love. You feel the same way, that people should go work international and have some fun out there and learn about other cultures?
If you have an opportunity somewhere during your career, any career, to step outside the safety of the country in which you were born and raised, and for me that was the U.S., even though now I'm a Canadian citizen, do so. You'll gain valuable experience. You'll learn how different cultures think. You'll learn how you'll learn about the differences. You'll learn how to adapt your business without giving up the paramount principles of that business to the culture in the areas where you were. Example of that, in Asia, over 50% of the pizzas we manufactured had seafood toppings and seafood sauces. And yet if you said that here in Canada, people were, what? It's pepperoni and cheese. It's all, it's the kitchen sink.
Yep.
That's pizza here. So, learning how to adapt to a particular culture is a great learning experience and can only help you when you return here to think a little more broadly.
You got it. Perfect. Exactly. That's what, when I was in Mexico, I say the same thing. I would have never become a CEO in Canada if I had left and learned these other experiences and cultures.
I believe that.
Maybe give us some advice on why brand recognition is so important, whether it's the restaurant industry or any company in general. Why and how do you make that brand successful?
Well, I think that brands are incredibly important. It gives the consumer a sense of confidence when they know they're dealing with a good brand. And I think there's a couple of things that make brands really, really successful. The first, I think, is a powerful logo, a powerful image, the arches, the red roof of Pizza Hut, the Colonel in KFC. I think the second thing that really makes a brand great is if you can have a signature product, it really, really helps. The Whopper at Burger King, the Big Mac pan pizza, the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices, finger-looking good chicken, Tim Hortons coffee, something that you absolutely stand for. But then I think sometimes what a lot of chains forget and a lot of businesses forget is what goes on behind the scenes. It's very, very important that these businesses be operated properly every single day,
Every
hour after hour, minute after minute. The restrooms are cleaned, the place is immaculate, the service is great. And the chains that really make it are those that do it very, very well. Now at Yum we had something we call CHAMPS, 6 letters: cleanliness, hospitality, accuracy, maintenance, product quality, and speed.
Wow.
Think about it.
Wow.
If you do those things, 6 things well every single day, then you're going to be successful. But you have to stay all over it continually, because if you're sloppy in any of those things, you can have the best signature product in the world, but you won't be delivering it properly. I think that makes a brand successful if they have the brand recognition and they have the right product lineup. I don't know how you feel about
well, I totally agree, and something I've always noticed too, you can go into one location one day and there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of noise, and this is running well. You can go in 2 days later and it's quiet. You think, oh, there's something going on. You can just feel that in locations when you go visit whoever it is, and you feel it. And like you said, you had a lot of fun. That was huge. So do you go to sleep at night now when you go to bed? You go to sleep at night?
Yes, I do.
That was the biggest thing I noticed in retirement from a senior position, and how hard we all work 7 days a week, 24/7, is that first night I went to sleep. Didn't have to worry about a speech the next day, didn't have to worry about flying on some trip. It was now my calendar, and that's it's been a blast, and it sounds like you're having the same kind.
It's been an absolute blast, but I wouldn't trade my career for anything in the whole world.
Great.
I was at it for 39 years and loved every minute of it, worked hard, and wonderful relationships all around the world. And love the people in the industry. That being said, I am retired and I am enjoying, the stress that comes with the bigger jobs and the constant pressure and always trying to be bigger, better, faster, and so on. I guess that's what it's all about. You and I competed once. And
we competed once, and now we're partners out on the course. Jon, I want to thank you very much for sharing your experiences, your 39 years in the industry. You're right, we were competitors, but always in a positive nature, never in a negative nature. And now we're having some fun out in the golf course. So again, thank you for doing this with me, and we'll do more in the future.
And thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.